I tried to take little tubers on to see if they would go better. A lot of them, I had them in a mist chamber and they were growing. I don't know if you can see it now or not. They had a lot of little roots coming off the sides of them because it was so humid that the roots, but the root, yeah, you can see roots here. And when I set them out here, those roots are starting to die back, and hopefully the plant will take off, but I'm not sure. These are about a week old now, and they haven't died yet, so maybe they're going to make something out of them. And these caribou are just loaded with blossoms, and they're starting to put a few. Lower down, I had about 20 some seed pods I already took off of these, and then they started blossoming again, so I tried to pollinate a little bit with a different variety to see what would happen. What I do is I take the blossom, take the antlers off without getting the pistil out of there. And these little ones I will use to pollinate. So I can give you an idea. I take it, a lot of people just flick it like this to get the pollen out. That one might not have pollen. But I hit it with a toothbrush, and then usually you can see the white. You can see it there on my fingernail, the little white.
Sure.
And I take that and put that on the other plant, but I don't put it on these because this is the same plant.
Sure.
This is cherry red, and I'll put it on. Let's see if I can get a little extra pollen, a couple others. And I'll take it over. I think today I'm going to do these on the chieftain and some of the other ones. You can see it fall out. I don't know if the camera can pick it up or not. But some of the pollen goes into the air too. These are already emasculated.
Okay.
And I'm not sure if they took yet, so what I'll do is I'll dip them again right into the pollen. And they don't have to necessarily be emasculated. Some people like to do that. But I have a lot of these I have now. See, these aren't emasculated here, and I can still dip the pollen in there and see if they're going to take. It seems like the cooler, cloudy days almost seem to be better for it because they don't like the temperature to get above 85 degrees. If it gets above 85 in here, then the pollen is killed and they won't transfer anymore. Usually you like the humidity around 40 to 60%, and you like to have the temperature in the mid-70s, so right around 70 really seems to be the best. Now back here, I try to hold it closer because there's a lot of air movement, so sometimes that'll even let it...
Oh, I can see it blasting right out of there.
Yep. And sometimes it, as long as those is receptive, it'll stick right to the pistil that comes out. I can see the stuff coming out pretty well. And then my fingernail is covered with a real light powder.
Yep.
Sometimes it's heavier than others, but see, this one's already closing up, so which probably won't accept it anymore, so I want to get the ones that are coming out. See, there's clusters all over the place that took really well this year. I'm not sure why it took so well.
How many seeds do you get in a pod?
There should be about, they say 200 to 300.
Wow.
In the bigger ones. The smaller ones I've seen maybe 50, the bigger ones around 300 and maybe a little bit more. This is caribou. This had the most seeds from them. And you can see how
those
big
are the pods.
These are the seed pods.
Wow.
And at least I have 4 different varieties this time. I had the Red Norland, have a few pods on it, but not very many. Hard to get it to set. And this was the Chieftain, and then I think this was Reddale. And I'm going to have seed pods from Cherry Red, from Chieftain, some more Caribou, and I think I have some Viking seed pod and some Red Cloud seed pods. So I'm going to have at least 7 or 8 different varieties with seed pods on them. So that'll be some more variety. Some plants are a couple inches tall and some plants are over 2 feet.
Wow.
And you can see the diversity of the colors of the blossoms.
So these are
purple,
seedlings already blooming.
Yeah, these are seedlings that are blooming. And you can see those. Some have white flowers, some dark purple, some are real light purple, lavender, and I have some that are variegated. They're white-purple cross between the two of them. So it's kind of interesting the way they're growing, all sorts of different types.
I should say. Yeah, here you can see very clearly some are very small and some are quite large.
Yes, and it's really, and sometimes in the same tray, there's a great big plant, a bunch of small plants.
Fun to see them in the field.
And I'm not sure why, yeah. These are red cloud cross, and you can see I'm getting all sorts of different colors. These happen to be purple, and the plants are growing really, really close to each other, so I have to try to be careful to keep the 2 different kinds separate. Well, that one looks like it might come from a different. You can see this is a little bit darker one. These are a little bit lighter purple. So these will go with these here. And so I keep going down the line. Some of the plants are already dead, and there's no plant there, so I have to be really careful about when I'm going in through it, because my trays didn't come in time for the 1202s that had separated, so I put 24 plants in a 1220 tray. And so then I just go down the edge, and some of the plants have a lot of big runners on them, and the potatoes can go a lot of pretty big direction. This one looks like it has roots all over the place. And I'm just trying to separate it to keep it from the other ones. But some big plants will have very little stuff under it. And this one looks like he might have shot some shoots out further, but there's hardly anything under that one. Just a few small purple potatoes. Let's see, this plant probably have a little bit different. Oh, this has got little purples too.
Sure enough.
This has real tiny purples though. See, these are all little. And I'm not sure, and they say there's no relation to the plant size and the, from what I've been reading about the plant size and the size with these other ones. But now see, this one is a really big plant.
Yeah, this is a very vigorous plant.
So it must have killed everything else off, because there should have been 24 plants in here, but there's not. And it's, yeah, you can see, look at it. How it sets in there. Should I leave that so you can get it? I change the water between each batch, between the couple trays that I do at a time, just to make sure I don't have any disease problem, but there shouldn't be too much, I don't think, in these.
Wow, those white ones are truly white.
Yeah, there's some that are really white.
I don't think I've ever seen a potato that white.
Yeah, I used to see some that I saved a couple aside that I did earlier. I put in the other room, I should show you. When you finish getting these together. But I mean, I've had some plants, especially the purple ones, I've had as many as 30 under a plant. And you can see that's one plant, so.
Wow.
But it's, so if it does that in the field, and they get big, that could really be something.
A lot of diversity pops out of these tetraploid potatoes when you make crosses.
These are all Caribbean crosses. And some of them are really nice, bright reds. And some are really crystal whites. Some are almost a yellow. I've cut a couple open, and the flesh on the inside, even of the purple so far, is just white. So we will see when some of that comes out later on. But there's several hundred here already. So this is all Caribbean crosses.
So it'll be a pretty good sized nursery then this summer.
Oh yeah, it's going to be pretty good size. I'm sure it's going to cover a good portion of an acre anyway.